frustrating morning with the state and the judge in really what is clearly a concerted attempt to procrastinate, to filibuster, to prevent this case moving ahead at the speed at which it needs to move. We've tried to make the point this is the most urgent legal situation that has ever faced a court in this country, and the state are seeking now to make a meal out of the application for leave for judicial appeal, which is a very minor process, very low threshold in the norm. We shouldn't even be here today. The judge should have given us permission immediately last week in view of the gravity of these matters and the urgency of these matters, but instead we're being put now into a situation where there will be hearing after hearing after hearing. This is a deliberate strategy to frustrate
the usual bullshit.
The will of the people and the desire of the people for their freedom and for their sanity, and indeed for the restoration of the things that give them life, which are fresh air, sunshine, and each other's love. Which is being denied to many people in this country today. Many people. I barely can say it. I barely can say it, that there are people lying in beds in nursing homes today, left there by the appalling Minister for Health, neglected while he's harassing healthy, law-abiding citizens, left to die alone, without the touch of their loved ones.
Shame on the criminals! Shame on the criminals! The courts are criminals!
The courts are criminals.
We want the criminals out of our courts!
We will fight this in whatever avenue, whatever forum they wish.
And we'll be by you.
And we will win.
We're here! And we will be here! We will be here!
This document, much as our governments have tried to destroy it, to sledgehammer it into oblivion, the parts that we need are still breathing.
Power the people! Power the people! Power the people!
And if these courts fail us, we will go to the European Court.
Yes!
Bring it on!
We will expose the corruption and the criminality of our government, our illegal non-government, caretaker government, carelessness, indifference, janitors. We will go to whatever courts are necessary to overturn this appalling legislation. It's unprecedented imposition on the basic fundamental rights of human beings in Ireland.
Yes.
We will
Unheard
not
of.
accept this police state.
No!
A government owned, bought and paid for by outside interests,
Dirty scum.
seeking
Dirty
to
liars.
impose essentially a regime on this country where we will be obliged to be vaccinated if we want to move around our
Not me!
This will not happen.
My body.
This building is our building.
Yes!
It does not belong to the judge. It does not belong to Garda Síochána.
It belongs to the
belongs
people.
to you. I have said this many times, I will say it one more time in this place. When the judge walks onto the bench and we the people stand below in the well of the court, there is a moment when people are expected to bow. No!
No!
The judge bows! The judge bows!
Yes!
The people!
Yes! People first! They bow to us.
We have to take these buildings back.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to take our country back.
Yes.
We will.
Otherwise, we and our children are doomed.
Sir, we will save our country. disillusionment with
This
the
has only
outcome.
made us want more.
Just hold on. The overriding emotion in that room there for the last hour was one of fear.
What a joke.
It was not coming from John and myself. It was coming from the state side, and it was coming from the bench.
Because they know their cost.
Because they knew that we were onto them.
Yes.
They were playing games with us, back and forth, pretending that we were idiots,
Yeah.
trying to pull the wool over our eyes. But they know that we have the truth.
Yes. The truth always comes out in the end.
And we reminded them many times in there today that they are accountable
They're obligated.
to the Irish people.
Yes.
They are paid by the Irish people. And what went on in there today was an attempt to raise costs. They want to bring in extra parties. They want to bring in
Of course they do.
the Shannon, and they want to add the Dole to the proceedings, and they want to add the Ceann Comhairle to the proceedings. Why? Deny, delay, obfuscate, up the cost. That's no problem. We will fight them to the
core.
death. When we leave here today, every single one of you, you are all leaders here today. You are all leaders of the unfinished revolution.
Yes.
So you will go out today, and you will challenge every member of this corrupt state that you will meet.
Yes.
Especially those in the fluorescent jackets. And when they say to you, where are you going? You will remind them of this book, and they have no authority to ask you where
You're
you
going.
are
How
going.
dare
This is
they?
an
Stop the political
This
policing!
is an invasion of your right to privacy and many other fundamental freedoms. You will remind them, they will say to you, oh, we're following orders, and you will remind them of what happened to those after the Second World War who said they were just following orders.
Yes.
They were hanged. And the same people who say they are just following orders will be held to account.
Oh, yeah.
When we take our country home, you take down their numbers and you remind them that we are developing a long list, including of the lady in there today who was on the bench. These people will be stripped of their pensions, they will be stripped of their perks, and they will be brought before our courts. Represent hundreds of thousands of Irish people who today, because they feel fear,
Brainwashed.
because they are traumatized, because they are frightened for their children, fearful of the corrupt organization that is TUSLA,
Oh, disgusting.
you stand here for them today.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are the
Yeah.
great
Yes.
Irish citizens.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Everyone outside.
Yeah.
So do not despair. Today is a fantastic day
It
for
is.
our country. We must stand up to them in every single way. If you need access to healthcare, you demand it.
Yeah.
If they try to put down COVID-19, you expose them,
Yeah.
record them, put your videos up online. The state is terrified. There is no doubt about that.
They're all going under.
want
We
to
have them on the
demolish.
run now.
We have them on the run. We have them on the run.
We have them on the run!
We have them on the run.
If they get away with this, brilliant constitution clearly states that there can never be mandatory vaccinations because we have bodily integrity thanks to this.
Thank you.
My body,
My choice! My body! My choice! My choice! My body, my choice! My body, my choice!
My body, my choice! My body, my choice! My body, my choice! My body, my choice! My body, my choice!
to benefit us. And what is coming down the line? They are planning to bankrupt this country again.
Of
And
course
what
they
will
are.
follow? Forced evictions. There are enough of us
Starvation.
here to defend any man or woman who is being thrown out unlawfully from his home. We are
Like
building
me.
a new citizens' army to take
Yes.
back. It will not use violence, but the power of the people. The power of the people by gathering together now where we need support, where our citizens are being abused. There are enough numbers of us now to gather together to keep the corrupt people who call themselves police officers away from those citizens who are being attacked. We are building a new state. A state that will not be filled with the corruption that every institution of this deep state is.
Toxic
We
liars.
are taking back our country for once and for
I have felt for a long time that the end of this would come when these politicians overreach themselves. They have sold everything they can find to sell in our country.
Yeah, they have.
They have sold its environment, they have sold its principles, they have sold its
They won't kill
constitution.
us,
They now want to sell its children. They will not sell its children to Bill Gates.
No way.
They will not sell our
Hands
children.
off our children!
We have our opportunity now because they have overreached themselves as we never dreamt they would. And they know it too.
Because they know they're caught.
They know it now.
Rapid.
They know it now. They will play it out, but we will catch them and we will wait. And it really doesn't matter what a judge in there says. You are the judges.
We matter! We matter! We matter!
And ultimately, our country will not be given to us by politicians or judges. It will be taken back by us.
So we will, one of the really important points is the fact that there was not even a vote for this legislation. They did not even vote. Imagine. They brought in the most draconian legislation in the history of probably any state, modern times. And they did not even have a vote because they knew if they did have a vote, they probably wouldn't get it to pass. There was less than, we believe, 50 deputies in the Dáil. Less than 50.
Disgrace.
Disgraceful.
Disgrace.
An unelected government who had been kicked out by the people, rejected, told to go. This is the government that brought in this draconian legislation.
This
They can
government,
take
which
it back
this government contains 3 members who are not members of either Dáil Éireann or Seanad Éireann. This is completely illegal.
Antifa.
Catherine Suppose, Shane Ross, and Regina Doherty. 3 of them rejected, and 3. Do you know that?
Say that again, please.
That there are 3 members of our so-called cabinet who were rejected
Rejected
by the people
And still in there.
on February the 8th,
Still in
and
there.
they're still there.
come on.
Catherine Suppose,
Mafia.
Regina Doherty, and Shane Ross.
Come on.
They
Mafia.
are still acting ministers, acting.
It's an illegal government.
Nearly 3 months after the election. 3 months after the election, they are still there.
And
Well,
this
they need to
judge
go.
would not even grant, she knows all of that, and she would not grant us leave to appeal for a judicial review.
Round envelope.
Unbelievable, unprecedented. Goo does not cover it. Does it? Grotesque.
We need new words. We need new words for everything now.
The words haven't been made to describe them yet.
They haven't. Grotesque, unbelievable, bizarre, but no longer unprecedented. Yeah, I mean, it's extraordinary, but all of that has been put on the record of the court. We spent the first half an hour nearly arguing that the public should be allowed into their courtroom. But no, she said that the fake news were there. She didn't say fake news, but we knew that they were. And that was
Tell her the real press are out here.
Yeah, tell her the real press.
The real press are out here.
We are the press,
so
and
that
we are
was
going to make
held
sure.
in camera. It was effectively held in camera. She needed to borrow my constitution.
Oh my
And you can be sure that when they're swearing in the witnesses, she'd have to borrow a Bible as well.
Gemma, never sat in Leinster House. The Royal Oireachtas under the Crown of England sits in Leinster House. And if you get your seat in the Royal Oireachtas, you are now under the Crown. So don't be calling it Dáil Éireann, please. Don't be calling it Dáil Éireann.
Look, we have to call it what it is.
We're
not here for the debate.
Royal Oireachtas.
What
And
we
that is a
do,
contract
we
and it's not a
increasingly, and they're gathering around there now, trying to frighten us, but they don't
Order,
frighten us.
order!
They don't frighten us because they know, you know, these very people in their fluorescence. I want to make the point about the people in the fluorescent jackets, who we can no longer call.
They need to stop the political
guardians
policing.
of the peace or the Irish people.
Enemies.
Enemies at the stage.
While you're locked up, what's going on is 5G masks, which are going to give them cancer and damage the DNA of the Vanguardy for the future generations. These 5G masks are going up all around the country. This is one of the reasons for the lockdown. Mandatory vaccines are as well, and other very nefarious activities that are going on, especially we see that a large number of migrants are coming in to do the slave labour for foreign companies. We've now discovered that Keeling's, there's a question mark over whether it's even Irish at all.
Boycott Keeling.
So we are defending these Gardaí who are having these masks put up. We know that when this process began in 1999 and the masks started to go up in Garda stations, that certain members of the force became ill.
Yeah.
One station in particular in Ronanstown came down with 9 people who worked in that station became ill, and I believe 3 of them died.
Yeah.
These Gardaí who say that they're at, hold on, they say that they're at checkpoints to protect our health. They don't care about the fact that carcinogenic masks are going up in their stations.
Yes.
They are the ones that we are trying to protect.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So please drive past their illegal checkpoints.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your constitution out. Don't even roll down the window. We need them to take paedophiles off the street. They do not frighten us. They are frightened of us. We need them to take the pedophile killer of Mary Boyle off the streets. We need them to take the phenol-connected killer of Father Niall Malloy off the streets. That's what we pay them to do, to protect us from criminals. But now they are behaving like criminals by breaching our right to be free in our country. We're not going to take it anymore.
And we're not going to stop.
Facebook has just censored all their footage. People, can you just listen for a minute? Facebook has just censored all their footage and stopping it from going out. They don't like the truth. And stop the political policing.
Houlihan was in charge during the H1N1, and he was told that Denmark and Finland had withdrawn the vaccine for the H1N1, and he left it for another year. He was in charge at that time. Houlihan, the same guy.
Well, look, there's big question marks, and look, you only have to look at the picture of him giving Simon Harris a vaccine. There,
And who knows what was in it? It could be
Whiskey.
Tell us in it.
Come on. We don't get food.
As I say, really leave here today. And
With our heads up high.
With your heads high. Video them as soon as they stop you. Video them. Remind them that this matter is before the courts now, and they are one of the parties involved representing the state. So you cannot discuss any matters with them relating to this hearing and drive on.
Hear, hear!
Woo!